The Lake Baikal Incident. Welcome to Mysteries from the Orb. Today, we dive deep into the frozen, ancient waters of Lake Baikal in Siberia, a place shrouded in legend and buried beneath layers of ice, time and silence. A place where the ordinary rules of nature seem to twist and bend. Tonight's story, a tale of elite Russian military divers who descended into the frigid abyss, and what they encountered beneath the waves challenged everything they believed about life on Earth. So dim the lights, put on your headphones, and let's plunge into the unknown. Lake Baikal is no ordinary body of water. It is the world's deepest freshwater lake, reaching depths of over 1,600 meters and containing nearly 1/4 of the Earth's unfrozen freshwater. Its waters are icy, ancient, and eerily clear in some places, yet in its greatest depths, pitch black. It sits in remote southern Siberia, a place of harsh wilderness, where few venture and where the boundary between known nature and cryptic legend grows thin. Over the decades, mysterious lights, strange craft emerging from the water, and unexplained phenomena have been reported around Baikal, both above and below the surface. So when the Soviet Navy selected Lake Baikal as a training ground for their divers in the early 1980s, it seemed logical, a large, deep environment, secluded, remote. But what awaited the divers would turn that logic into terror. The date was in the summer of 1982. A team of 7 divers from the Soviet military, some sources say Navy, others simply, diving unit, descended to about 50 meters, roughly 164 feet, under the surface of Lake Baikal. The water was cold, the light fading, their torches cutting through the gloom. The divers were tethered, each connected by rope and communications line back to their support team above. They expected standard training procedures, equipment checks, under-ice navigation, perhaps geological sampling. But then the unexpected happened. Out of the darkness ahead and to the side, the beam of one diver's flashlight caught something, a flicker of silver, a shape moving effortlessly through the water. Bodies of humanoid form, tall, gliding in perfect synchrony, wearing what appeared to be metallic suits or strange coverings, but no visible scuba gear, no hoses, no fins. Just movement. Slow at first, then fast. Eyewitness reports describe them as perhaps 3 meters tall, roughly 9 feet, wearing tight suits that glinted, with dome-like helmets or perhaps transparent helmets, beings that seemed to breathe the water, to belong there. The divers froze. The training mission became something else entirely. One diver tapped.
Do you see that?
The partner's beam shone and caught a creature turning its head toward them. And then, abruptly, the creature gestured. Or at least appeared to. The lights around them flickered. The water pressure seemed to shift. The ropes above began to tug. The commander back on shore reportedly ordered.
Capture one. Bring one up.
Perhaps incredulous, perhaps believing the enemy had found a secret Soviet operation in the lake, the order rang out.
Get a live specimen.
The divers, now on alert, attempted to approach. Their hearts pounded. The creatures made no vocal noise, but the water hummed around them. One of the divers launched a net, he swam toward the beam. The metal suits flashed. The beams scattered. In moments, a pillar of dark water and bubbles erupted. The divers were blasted upward by an unseen force. Chaos. The ascent was far too fast. 3 of the 7 divers died, afflicted by severe decompression sickness, the burns, their bodies fatally damaged by the rapid surge. The other 4 survived, but forever changed. They refused to speak publicly. Their records were sealed. The base claimed no accident had occurred. Locals whispered that the incident was hushed up. Military documents remain classified or lost. Some dive bases in the region officially deny any such loss of life. What had they encountered? A secret aquatic alien species? Some lost remnant of Earth's deep history? Or a misinterpreted natural phenomenon wrapped in fear and Cold War secrecy? In the years that followed, witnesses around Baikal recounted strange lights beneath the ice. Boats at night would see red or orange orbs, flickering just above the surface. One account, a bright red ball hovered, then plunged into the water, bathing the depths in an eerie glow before shooting back upward. Fishermen spoke of silver human-shaped forms leaping from the water like fish, then diving again. The local indigenous beliefs speak of water spirits and beings not of this world, yet these were no folkloric creatures. These were tall, glinting, and moving with agency. Some ufologists suggest that Baikal might conceal an underwater alien base, perhaps an entry point to deep-water corridors linking to other realms. Others counter, why would aliens be in a remote Siberian lake? Why risk any exposure? Skeptics point to the absence of verifiable records, personnel, names. They note that the one prominent researcher, Vladimir Azoza, has made many sensational claims with little hard evidence. What strikes deepest in this story is not just the possibility of alien contact, but the human dimension. A group of highly trained divers, in the name of military readiness, descend into one of Earth's most mysterious lakes and find that they are no longer the hunters, but the hunted. Their world, built on control and technology, meets something beyond their making. And when the unknown appears, the response is panic, ascent, death. The very thing meant to protect, the rope, the tether, the training, all become fragile. The water becomes judgment. What do we make of it? Are the creatures real? Possibly. Are the accounts accurate? Hard to verify. But the law persists, because in the deep waters of Baikal lie not just fish and ancient rock, but our fear of what we cannot see. When you peer into black water, you expect nothing. And then the nothing looks back. Thank you for joining Mysteries from the Orb this night. If you felt chilled under your skin, maybe you sensed a ripple of what those divers felt, that sudden pause, the flicker of movement, the realization that you might not be alone. The story of Lake Baikal's submerged secret remains unresolved, unexplained, and unforgotten. Some files may stay locked. Some witness is silent. But the lake keeps its depths. The mirror of water reflects us back, and in that reflection, we glimpse the infinite. If you enjoyed this journey, remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next dive into the unexplained. Until then, stay curious, stay alert, and remember, in the stillness of night, something may be watching.